Alright, so out here working on the 5.3 stand-up radiator and fans. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the steam port, the head steam port, to the upper radiator hose. And you can run this to the heater hoses, whatever. But the stand-up radiator I got, it don't have the nipple and the radiator for the steam port on the back of for the heads. So I bought this glow shift. It's got a 1/8 inch MPT port in it. Don't really have a part number on it. There it is, right there. So the openings are 1.5 inches, which that's the size of the upper radiator hose. And yeah, I can just use a 1/8 inch MPT. I bought these right here, these straight ones, because I had thought about just putting it about right here and running that like that around the idler pulley. But I've had a change of plans. I think I'm gonna run it straight up the side of the radiator, just like that, and I can zip that too so it doesn't hit the pulley, and then get a 90-degree 1/8 inch MPT to a 3/8 barb. I think that's what I'm going to do, because that way, this is from my LT1 radiator hose. I'm going to put that like that, and then I'm going to shorten that side. That way it gives me a bigger hole right there and gets the radiator, because I want to put the turbo right there, and that'll get the radiator hose away from the turbo. Alright, just fatten everything up, seeing how I'd like it to go. That stock radiator hose, it was too long to begin with, but I don't think we can really shorten it. I could probably cut it like back here. That'll bring it forward more anyway. That's what I'm gonna try to do. Hopefully I don't ruin it and have to buy another belt. But that does need to be a little shorter. And slipping the hose up on this thing was very difficult. That thing's got a huge lip on it, which the lip is good, but too much of a lip that you can't get the hose on, that ain't good. I had to take the air gun to it, the heat gun to it, to heat it up to get it on, to get it slipped over that big old lip that's on the edge right there. And where it's so long, it's kind of kinking me up right there. But I'm gonna cut this about right there and then put it on, see if that helps any. All right, I cut that and made that shorter. That makes it hug the radiator better, because the turbo is gonna go right there. That's about as good as that's gonna get. I ain't gonna be able to cut that any shorter. And I'm gonna go ahead and go back to my original idea. Just straight fitting right there. Let it go right there. It'll go around the puller. It ain't gonna hit that no matter what happens there. But yeah, that'll be fine. I thought about getting a straight one, a 90-degree, and just zip tying it up to there, but it's just as close to the belt that way. So we'll do it that way and see what happens. But you want to put some Teflon tape on the threads and screw this in. You don't want to screw these in too tight, because they are tapered threads. See how they're tapered? If you go too tight, it'll expand and crack that. So we're just going to snug it up real good. Alright, Teflon tape on, and in it goes. And again, we're just going to snug that up. We're not going to put brute force tighten on it. It will crack. It'll crack that piece. There we go. That's going to do it. And that is a close fit, but that ain't going to hit it. It'll be fine. It will be fine. We'll just keep an eye on it. But everything's tightened up. You gotta fill her back up with water, start it up, make sure our fans and everything keep us cool. Alright, so that's going to be the finished product. Turbo will go right in there. Probably right, just to the right of the crank pulley. And we got all this over here. I think it'd be fine. I'm going to start it up and back it up and let it idle. Yeah, I know it's not good to have that heater hose right in front of my air intake, but that's just a temporary solution until we can get the turbo on it. But I'm going to start it up and back it up and let it idle for 20 or so minutes. A car usually overheat quicker idling than driving down the road, because driving down the road air blows through the radiator. So we will see. Started right up, 11:17. Back it out so we don't dive fumes. I don't see no leaks. Take the cap off so I can try to get some air out. We'll just let it run for a little bit. About 10 minutes in, it's up to 170. That's where I got the fans to kick on. That low oil light, the oil pan I had, it didn't have the place for that. So good oil pressure, good charging. The car actually started right up, but it's like 50 degrees today. And both fans are running. Let's let it run a little bit longer. Needs more water. Got some of the air out. Put more water in it. Alright, we're right at 20 minutes. It ain't moved. Staying at 170. And our water level's staying the same. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the cap on it and let it run 10 more minutes. Alright, there we are. We're at 30 minutes. And it ain't moved. It ain't going nowhere. Next thing to do is to drive it around. But you can hear them fans pretty good. They work good. Chippy big fans. But I'm gonna pull this one back in the carport, and then I'm gonna move that one over in the yard somewhere, because Austin's gonna bring his car over. He should be over here in a little bit, and he's gonna put his right there, because that's where we put them to pull the motor out of them. Because if we put them right there, we can get cars in and out. Back there, you can't see through the window, and then get them in and out of the carport. So that's why we put cars right there that we're going to pull the motor out of. And it's a gravel floor, but we use those boards I got up in the carport there for the cherry picker and the dollies and stuff. But we're trying to get all three of these cars ready. That one's ready. This one's ready. For a race we're going to go to at Kentucky Dragway March 18th, which is just a test and tune. And we're going to see what that one runs now with the trans brake on spray. And then this one, it ran a 12.2 on motor, 11.3 on a 100 shot. We're going to try 150, 200, and maybe even a 250 shot on this one. That way I can get y'all before and after video of nitrous versus the GT45, just to see what the difference is. And then hopefully we can get that one into the mid 9s in the quarter, or maybe 5s in the 8th. And then Austin, he keeps breaking his stuff. I tell him, let's do this, let's do that. He's like, nah, put it back together, we're gonna blow it up anyway. Well, he blew it up. The whole plan was, we didn't think that motor was going to last that long to begin with. It had cracked cylinders, We hydrolocked it when it blew a head gasket. I don't know why it blew a head gasket. Them ARP studs, there's a certain way you got to put those on. I'm not 100% sure. He put the washers and the studs and everything right, but he's got that Gen 4 5.3, and then we got that Gen 3 5.3, which is all rusted. Maybe it'll clean up, maybe it won't, I don't know, but we'll put something together and get his back together, hopefully, and get him ready to race, and y'all see what a GT45 5.3 will do on foot brake. He ain't able to build no boost off the foot brake. He can stall it up to about 2,500, but it didn't build no boost. But anyway, y'all have a good day. Like and subscribe.